Hi, folks. Thank you for joining us again. This is Sunil Chandy for Food for Thought, a ministry out of Christ Episcopal Church. And thank you for joining us today again on this beautiful day and this day in which we are joining together in this thing. Hello, Jan. How are you? Good afternoon, Natalie. Thank you for being a top fan of ours, too. You and Jan. You guys are just amazing. And we'll continue. I'm setting up here today. I'm running a little bit late because today is like I was getting my kids ready for, or my last son ready for his school, and I have the two other sons in college, and then today I had to get my youngest ready for his school experience, and part of that experience includes getting a COVID test taken. So this morning. I went out early to Connecticut and to Norwich to Bacchus Hospital to get my son and I a test for the COVID virus, get the results, and then present it to the school that he's going to before he gets there. And so that's part of life at this moment in New England, and and many of us are going through this same type of experience. I was waiting in line there, and there were cars, about 100 cars waiting in line just to get their test taken, and then hopefully their results. And actually, it's a good thing. The more tests that we have confirmed or taken, then the more likely that we'll know if we have the virus or not, and then whether we have to do a 10-day or 14-day quarantine or not. It's important to know that. And one of the things that I also appreciated greatly was the fact that everyone seemed to be wearing their masks, which is really an important thing for us, because part of what we're called to do is to love our neighbor as ourselves. And when we wear our mask, it's not that we're just protecting ourselves from breathing the virus that might be put out by other people. It's if we have the virus, if we in any way we're protecting other people by preventing our breath and if we have the virus, from passing on to others. So I think it's a wonderful act of compassion and love, and really actually following, in keeping with our commandment to do unto others as you would have them do unto you, or to love your neighbor as yourself. That's what the commandment is. And so today, maybe that might be the thing that we hold out in front of us as we deal with our various challenges and situations. Just remember to love, to love, to laugh, to love, and to find joy even in the situations that we have. I had a 45-minute drive with my son, and the argument started in the morning about what station to listen to. Either it's going to be NPR for me, or it's going to be one of his radio stations. And I was in one of those really irritating moods, and I said, I need to hear my NPR this morning. And so we negotiated, and I listened to it for part of the way, and then he listened to his music the other part, and his music's not that bad. It's not something that I would listen to on a daily basis, but it's different. And so we started talking about that a little bit, and we started talking about other stuff too, and it was a good conversation. So COVID-19 got me to talk a little bit more with my son and connect with him. That also is a great thing. Today we have a wonderful guest. You know her well, and she's really, not just a guest. She is the one who helps create this show. I mean, the structure that we have is because of my conversations with Jackie and with Ben. And our guest today, our conversation will be with Jackie, our Parish Administrator. And this whole week seems to be her 3rd year anniversary, because I didn't remember which day actually she started, but it was last Tuesday, I think. But we're celebrating it this whole week. which is kind of the tradition around Jackie. We celebrate all the time. So, Ben, would you please bring Jackie on board?
Hi.
Hey, Jackie, how are you?
I'm good. I'm here to talk shop with you.
I know, I know. See, we were. I wanted to. You have not only this wonderful hat as parish administrator of our congregation, and overall boss. Uh, but you have this other hat, which involves your work in history and the DAR. And I really would love to spend some time just talking particularly about that. But today, this being the beginning of September and the beginning of our fall season, and as people start to think about what to do in terms of church as they come back from vacations, I think this is a good day to kind of set to talk about church a little bit, and talk about shop, as it were, to talk about how what we're doing in the fall and how we might be how we're doing things. We're going to have to do some things differently than we've done previously, And so today's a great thing, a great day to talk about that. So first, before that, I just want to get clear. Tuesday last year, or is it Sunday, Saturday? Saturday. All right, tell me.
Yes.
Correct me.
Saturday the 12th.
Yeah.
But we could celebrate all the month of September anyway, because then my birthday comes up. 10 years living in Rhode Island. You know what would be really great on this desk as we go into the fall season? Some flowers.
I was going to do that on Tuesday. I thought it was next Tuesday. It really was.
I'm just kidding. I'm totally fine.
No, I love the fact that, see, because I love it when people tell me what to do, tell me what they want, then I can do it. If I don't know, if I have to guess, I just, you know me, I'm like floundering, right?
Yeah. My favorite florist is Pleasant Acres. They do our flowers here. So if you just want to make a note of that.
I'm writing as we speak, flowers.
No, I'm really just kidding. This is totally fine. Okay, so this fall, as we go into our homecoming, which is
just hold on one second, Jay. Ben, did you hear that as well? Because flowers from you might be all right as well.
Yeah, you both. I have a big desk, so don't worry about me finding space for flowers. Okay, so we have homecoming, and that's going to mark our in-person Sunday 10 o'clock service. We have been working with equipment and making sure that we're going to be able to stream the service still. The only thing that's different is that it's going to be completely in the church. So we don't get to see people's home backdrops anymore, which is a bummer because that's my favorite.
I do like it.
We have some great kitchens and living rooms in our parish.
Oh, and I've commented on the color schemes of a lot of these. So some of these folks have, like, I think I don't want to name who, but they all have beautiful colors. Red, I like Caliente red or something. And I have a drab vomit green somewhat, but I shouldn't have said that. I mean, I have a drab green. So,
well, I think it's a lovely color, and it's right behind you, so you need to make sure that you're nice.
I love it,
and I've loved watching the progression of your office go from a folding table to this. It's lovely. You have a bookcase. You got some awards and certificates up.
I know. Can you believe that? I have one wall that I have to do something with. Yeah. On that side, though.
I like my background. It's blue quartz. So anyway, but just like the Saturday service, everyone's going to need to sign up. You could give me a call, or you could go onto our website. We just need that for contact tracing so that we're not in violation of our COVID commitment. So we do have other things that we need to do. Hand sanitizer, communion will stay the same, and will just be the wafer. And we want to make sure everyone stays safe. So there is a limit to how many people can be there during the service, and people have already started signing up. So head to the website.
That's
do
right.
that.
And I've been, part of it is that our job descriptions have changed a great deal, since the beginning of this about 5 months ago, right? Oh yeah, that's the service. Thank you, Ben. Yeah, that's the service. That's the service, I think, from the Saturday night service, right? That we started streaming we started taping. Yeah.
Right.
So our job description has changed, and yours has changed a great deal. I mean, you were always busy, but but before, when you first began here, you were busy with bulletins and helping people to come in and find spaces and uh, you know funeral bulletins, wedding bulletins, and coordinating all of this. Now, how has it changed right now? What's the bulk of your work involved with? I know, but I want you to tell us in TV land or internet internet TV land.
There's like 5 people watching. I'm just kidding. So I think it's
There are 10. There's at least 10 on this platform.
yeah, a lot of people do watch on the website. Okay, so bulletins were part of kind of kept people up with the service, but as part of our commitment to keep people safe, we're not handing anything to anyone. So since people would be, printing these documents, and then handing it to someone, we decided that we're just going to have them be printed ahead of time by each person. Or you could bring a device like a cell phone or an iPad and just pull it up. So our major form of communication is through our e-blast. So if you have not signed up for our e-blast, it's very important that you do so because it's going to have all of the service information in it. And you could do that by going to christchurchwesterly.org and scrolling all the way down on the web page and then signing up just by putting your email in. So just be prepared on Friday to print out your bulletin and your lectionary, which used to be an insert, and we are actually saving money not purchasing them. But there's a website that you could go and you can print it right off as well. And it helps us a lot, and people feel comfortable with their iPads or just feel comfortable printing. So it has been working really well so far with our Saturday services, and we think it will work well with our Sunday ones. But if you do have any trouble, you can give me a call. If you call the church, you could get my personal number and make sure that you could talk to me before that time, whatever time that it is that you need to call me. I'm usually available.
Yeah.
Because I'm living the dream.
You are living the dream, and you're part of the dream here.
I love Christ Church. This is my second favorite place in the entire world.
What's your first favorite?
Babcock Smith House.
Oh.
Not a competition. It just happens to be my favorite place in the world.
Well, you love that because it touches every part of your what you love, your passion, your history, the love of history, the love of this country, all of that. I can understand that. I can understand that.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I do want to also acknowledge is that you are very helpful. You go through extreme all sorts of effort to help people get connected. I mean, at the very, very beginning of our crisis, you were on the phone, right? A lot of time helping people just to figure out, navigate the technology,
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
yeah, it was a very frustrating time for people. So, it really needed, it was good that people had a church because it really needed to be approached in a pastoral way because, frustration is one of the worst emotions you could have, and it's not easy to get rid of, and manifests itself in different ways, like anger, shutting down, and walking away. It activates fight or flight. So, but I'm pretty good with
You are good. You are good.
navigating that.
You are good. And you know what? And again, one of the things that's so wonderful about you is that you radiate kindness and gentleness. Unless you're upset with me, of course. But no, you're never upset.
Do I have to send you flowers now for all these compliments and apologizing?
No. Part of it is that this is exactly what I'm. Over the last couple of weeks, this is what our country needs. This is what we need. When even we're all anxious, we're all frustrated, we're all angry, angry at our situation. It may not even be directed anger, but then it becomes transferred to the person that we see in front of us, right? But if we could see, Ben says it.
Now I have to send him flowers.
Well, yeah, he's going to
an expensive day.
He's going to be all week sending you flowers from Pleasant Acres. So, but it's exactly. Okay, I was exactly talking about. But this is exactly what we need. We need this type of kindness. I mean, one of the things that's really inspiring that I found over the last 4 months is that people over 65, people over 50. I'm 54. I'm 53, moving on to 54, right? And I can't navigate this all the time. I can't. And it's like when I call you, you're there and you help me through this thing and you help other folks too. What's really inspiring is that, that old adage, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. That's false. That's false.
Of course it's false.
It's totally false. That generalization is just totally wrong. We, as a community, have been embracing this technology and we're learning something new. And how we're learning something new is because we have kind people helping us. We're adapting because people like you, people like Dorothy, people like Christy, people like Eric and Anne, we're helping each other to do this. And that's a beautiful thing. It's inspiring.
Humans are extremely adaptable, anthropologically speaking, Ben. So it's not, I think, like I said, it's just frustration that makes us feel like we can't do something new.
Yeah. It's interesting. I was talking to Sharon at the beginning of the week, and what is anthropology? We won't go into that, Ben.
Every time I talk about anthropology, he has to cut me off in the middle of a very, I assume, going to be complicated thought. No.
I think Sharon said at the very beginning of our on Monday, she said Darwin's theory, and I have to check up on this, right? I want to go. Sharon Youngkin was saying Darwin's it wasn't survival of the fittest that he said, and I have to check on this. But she said it's more survival is based on the kindness that we show in community. How kind civilization, religion teaches us how to be human beings, civilized by teaching us how to love, to be kind to one another. That's how we advance, and so I think the more we do that, the better we become as a community, and the closer we become the kingdom of God that God desires of us. Let me ask you another question. You've got, in terms of practical questions, we got huge things like the Christmas Bazaar coming up. We've got, that was our big fundraiser. That is our fundraiser, big fundraiser. And Lisa Kitchen, who's the chair of that committee, of the fundraising committee, and Wendy Hyde, who's involved with that. I'm wondering how they're going to do it all. What's the word on the street, as it were?
Well, I think one thing that we've all kind of started to accept, and why we've been moving forward, is that the only thing we could commit to is virtual things at this point. So we are fully committing to, we'll see what happens, but no matter what, there's going to be a virtual element. Maybe things will change by then and we could do like a tag sale, but we're not, banking on that. So we're going to do commerce, hopefully. And I see Ben I'm in the producer screen. So I see Ben moving around. Just like for everything, Ben's been getting a lot of phone calls with doing virtual fundraisers and stuff like that. We would probably end up calling him. But if we could do something that, brings like about the best parts of what we're really looking forward to, and especially that, interaction, I'm sure we could come up with something that's interesting. There's a lot of people really dedicated to making sure that our annual fundraiser happens. And there's a joy in being able to overcome challenges and work together. So I'm really looking forward to that. I know it's going to be a lot of work, and that's fine because I like working, and I like working and figuring out challenges. So I'm all in on helping Lisa pull off the Christmas bazaar in whatever form she's going to. And also, you wanted me to mention some of the other things that come up during the year. We celebrate All Saints, All Souls with, celebrating the people in our life that have passed away. And we're going to have to do that on multiple platforms, something in person, but we can't hand anything out. We used to put a bulletin insert and people would look for their family member. But we could come up with something better. Maybe I'll work with Ben. We could do like a slideshow or something.
Yeah.
Celebrating our loved ones.
Yeah. And we've got All Saints Day. That's in November. We've got also Veterans Day, which is around November 11th, and that's going to be significant. December, Christmas. We used
to do Christmas flowers, and then we would list everyone's name. It's definitely going to be something special in lieu of that. I definitely promised. And the famous words of Ben Barber during the Washington County Fair, it's not a substitution, it's a celebration. And as long as we keep celebrating the people in our parish and our loved ones that we celebrate every year, we are still accomplishing something, and maybe something better and something new.
Yeah. Definitely. And I was talking with Natalie Pukas and Cheryl Leong, our Altar Guild directresses, yesterday, and they've been thinking about these issues coming up too. They're all far thinking, and so they have some good ideas. So we need to get that worship committee together and start talking about this again. And but I'm just, what I kind of like, I was thinking about the other day. And I liked what you just said. Sometimes, like the challenges seem overwhelming to us, but I love it when, as you meet these challenges, they're hard. But once you come through on the other side, you look back and you say, wow, that feels good. That feels good. It's like every morning. I told my son this yesterday. I said, every morning I come in, and in the morning, I wake up in the morning and I see the dishes. And I'm like, oh my God. And I complain to my sons. I said, why don't they clean their dishes after and just simply put it in the dishwasher? But then what I tell them, so I go about just doing the dishes and getting the kitchen clean. And then I love seeing a clean kitchen. I love seeing, I kind of like seeing the challenge before, and I won't tell them that, but then afterwards, coming through it and just saying, wow, we did it,
I don't feel that way when I clean. I'm just like, that's a couple hours I'll never get back.
No, I love it.
I have a challenge. Would you like to come to my house and clean?
I
cleaned your office. You owe me.
That's right.
Did. It's like, we have a television crew coming, and I gotta clean my office, and I was like, I'll just do it.
I know.
Last minute.
I know. Like they're I gotta clean the office, get it ready for them. So, but you know what, Jackie? At the end of the day, I'm grateful that you're here. I'm grateful.
Just at the end of the day, not like during lunch or anything.
I can't win with you sometimes. No, every day I'm grateful for you. Throughout the day. How's that?
All day. Okay.
All
right.
day.
Yeah. For 3 years.
For 3 years. For
On the 12th.
That's right. And what it does, and I just got to let you know that I believe that God brings everyone into my life. I know, and to learn from, to enjoy, to connect with, and you're one of those people. And I really believe that, and I hope that you know that. I hope that you know that.
I was just thinking back because I like to, reminisce all the time about things, especially when anniversaries come up. Of the interview that we had. We had a great interview. It was just it was actually my third interview because my second one you forgot about. So you didn't show up. Like, red flag. And then so they talked to me again for a little bit, and then I rescheduled for my third interview, and then you were there. We were just sitting in your office with Emily and Walter, and just having a great conversation about faith and spirituality and church and technology.
See, that's exactly it. I mean, part of it, and I remember that conversation was just a joyful one, right? Mm-hmm. So part of the thing about church is that it's a community. Mm-hmm. Some people have certain skills in some things, and other people have better skills in other things, and that's the way I look at leadership. It's God brings us all together to help each other to do the work of God. And so, that's right. I probably missed that second interview with you.
It was supposed to be the second and final one, but I got 3.
That's right. But you got through it, and you probably figured out, you gave us a chance. And then when that third interview came, I could just think it's like eating dessert, a fun dessert. And you probably realize, yes, this is some place that I could work at, that I could contribute to, that I could also have fun in.
Yeah. And, this church is a family through and through. I mean, if people get annoyed with other people, they forget about it, just like you do with your own family. And you just kind of, no resentment and move forward. It's just,
but
it's the place where it's the congregation that I love being part of.
Yes, I do too. But I also think, like a family, just reminding each other always to be kind to one another. I mean, even I've got 3 kids who are now all adults, young adults, right? I can't treat them like they were 8 years old anymore, where I could tell them what to do. I have to readjust my behavior, readjust my attitude to understand who they are, and then what gifts they bring, and then
yes, like flowers.
That's right. Flowers. You know what? I was told by one of my friends. This is a story that we're going to end on, and this is kind of a generalization. So but his name was John Priest. He was the mayor of Lumberton, New Jersey, and there goes Ben. And he said to me, he died a few weeks after he told me this. But he goes like this. He was in the hospital. He came back to my office, and then we were sitting there. He goes like this, Father Sunil, I want to tell you something. He goes like this, I love my wife. My wife has always been with me throughout all the hard things in life. But I got to tell you, she's like every other woman. And I said, how's that, John? And then he goes like this, well, every woman, when they're first born, they're first born, as soon as they're delivered, there's a little MH on their foreheads. You could see it only for the briefest moments. I said, John, really? He goes, yes, a little MH. And I said, John, why? And he goes, well, what does the MH mean? He goes, well, that MH is for Master Historian. They will never let you forget. I thought that was funny. I don't think you think it's funny. All right.
Yes. Well.
So he was like, I at his funeral, I told that story, and his wife was just bowling over with laughter. Master Historian, never forget, always reminisce.
I think you mean an historian, Ben. Well, okay. Well, it was good talking to you. This was nice, and I hope people learn something.
Yeah. All of next week. I'm sure you'll get it. All right. Thank you, Jackie. We'll talk to you later.
Oh, Ben wants me to plug his charity show.
What charity show is that?
So he's going to be interviewing people in. Here you go. Hi.
She always says that it's the two of us are going to be doing it. Hey, Father Sunil.
Hey,
yeah, it's so every Thursday at 5 p.m. We're going to talk to local nonprofits and organizations and people that are associated with them, and talk about how they're helping the community and how other people can help them continue their mission and message in helping the community.
You should invite Father Sunil.
Father Sunil, you want to come on?
Sure.
All right.
Choice now.
All right. Bye.
All right. Bye. We'll see you later. Hey, but thank you, guys. This is great. Sometimes I don't know exactly how it's going to turn out, but all of these interviews, I think, are always enjoyable and always give me something new to think about and new insights that help me to navigate in the world. And the next week, I'm going to be getting some flowers on that table on that desk for Jackie, for all that she does for us. But let us now end with our prayer. Our prayer that is adapted from Bishop Thomas Brown's prayer. The Lord be with you. Let us pray. Jesus Christ, you traveled through towns and villages, curing every disease and illness. At your command, the sick were made well. Come to our aid now in the midst of the global spread of the coronavirus. Heal those who are sick with the virus. May they regain their strength and health through quality medical care. Heal us from our fear, which prevents nations from working together and neighbors from helping one another. Be present with those in authority who are making hard decisions. Support the medical professionals, emergency responders, counselors, teachers, and students, and our caregivers. We ask this all in your name, Jesus. Amen. Let's say the Lord's Prayer together. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not in temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Friends, go in peace, spread the light of Christ. The world needs it right now.